Hey bestie, today's video is a little different. I'm sharing an event that we attended that truly touched our hearts. It was a night full of community, music, and hope, and it was all for a wonderful cause. I'm Melissa, your Disney bestie, here to make your next Disney day a little lighter and brighter, and it's time to whistle while you work. We attended the 5th annual Magical Night of Hope, and this was a very special and intimate Christmas concert that featured some of your favorite Disney YouTubers, and it was all for a very special cause. This event benefits the Give Kids the World Village, a nonprofit resort that gives kids with critical illnesses and their families a week-long, cost-free vacation here in Central Florida. They partner with organizations like Make-A-Wish Foundation to make those wishes come true for those families. For the Magical Night of Hope, we did the VIP experience, which allowed us to tour the Give Kids the World Village before the show. It was so incredible to see exactly what this nonprofit organization does that's mostly run by volunteers to really give these kids and their families just an amazing vacation experience. With the VIP experience, we also enjoyed a wonderful dinner. We had incredible seats of the Christmas concert, and we got to experience an auction with all the proceeds benefiting this charity. For this event, Paul and I really wanted to be present and in the moment, so we didn't mic up. Instead, we documented everything for you to watch. The music from the beautiful Christmas concert, the atmosphere, and the heart behind the magical night of hope. So come along and experience a magical night of hope.
It's like an online.
All you're going to do, if you're at home, if you're here in the audience, go to magicalnightofhope.com, and right there you'll see two buttons right at the top. You can click on donate, and you can donate, or you can click on the live auction, which live auction again this year has some really great items. You're going to hear about them all throughout the night. We've got our auction hosts back. We've got Dale and Jenna back hosting the auction. Show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn to pop. The lights are turned down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Number 2 on the auction is with Corey, his beautiful wife Stephanie, to play some miniature golf. Second one is a 30-minute Zoom call with Steve. And what else you got there, sweetie?
Looks like we have, is it golf with Corey and Steve?
I think that was dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It throws off with the golf
Dinner.
pick.
I saw the pick.
But they'll take you out for, maybe you schmooze them, they'll take you out for golf too.
And then we have Nate, a 30-minute Zoom call with Paging Mr. Mario Nate.
Yeah. So lots of options. There's something on the auction for everybody.
There really is.
It is for everybody. So make sure, and there's actually you'll get alerts when you bid and you get outbid. So
you know you have to bid again. Keep bidding until you get it.
Good evening, everyone. This is an incredible evening. I love seeing our Huffing Place transformed like this. This is absolutely stunning, and we're so grateful that you can join us tonight. My name is Caroline Schumacher, President and CEO is what they put on the business card, so I'm taking it. I just started here in June, But I am not new to Give Kids the World. I actually came here in 1998 as a volunteer, and then I worked here from 1999 to 2019 in a variety of roles, from volunteer services to guest services, fundraising and development. I was vice president of operations. I met my husband here. He worked here for 8 years in entertainment and guest operations. We have 3 kids that kind of grew up here. I've been texting them and sending them videos of the evening. They would have loved this, but everybody's scattered. That's the life of our family during the Christmas season. But this is absolutely amazing. So first things first, I think we need to do a really big round of applause for the incredible band. Everything in the village is either donated, physically donated, or purchased with a donor dollar. And I always think that's a fascinating concept to really consider, that people give up their time and treasure to make this incredible place work. And what I love about the village so much, you're going to hear a Wish family story. Naomi's here to join us, and she's going to come up and share her story with you in a little bit. Some of you have been coming out for years, and you've heard lots of stories. And I heard mention of the stars, which just encapsulates, almost 200,000 stories, because that's how many families we've served since we started. But what I think is magical about Give Kids the World is this incredible permeation of kindness. You walk in the village and everybody says, there's something that's in the air here. There's some magic. It's a very intangible adjective that I think none of us have figured out what it is that exists here in the village. So I think Magical Night of Hope describes it well. But I've been saying, we have this permission to be kind here. So for the last 6 years, I got the opportunity to work at a really cool organization called the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation. And the Astronaut Scholarship Foundation happened to be founded by Henry Landworth, who founded Give Kids the World, and the Mercury 7 astronauts. And it's carried on by the astronauts of every era: Apollo, Gemini, Shuttle, ISS, SpaceX, all the astronauts are part of it. And I was sitting down one night having a very deep conversation about space tourism.
I was little, so there's a lot of memories that come in and out, but I look back on those memories and just think what an opportunity I had and that my family had when they thought they weren't going to be able to have future opportunities with me. Mom, thank you. Crying in the back the whole time, but it was a rough time. Actually, we came 3 weeks after 9/11 happened. I was reminded that a week before we came, our car was stolen. And Naomi had been in the hospital for a good part of August into September. So we didn't even know if she was going to be able to come. Number one, if she was going to be released from the hospital. Number two, if they'd allow her to leave the state and go that far away from her doctors. So we needed this. We needed a break. We needed something to pull us all back together and just create some memories and some magic, because we didn't know. We didn't know if we would ever be able to come see her, come back with her to see her star. It gave us something that if we didn't have her any longer, that we could also come back and see. And it was the most impactful thing that we were able to have. And I think it's a bigger deal for Mom because, a lot of it, like she said, she was little and maybe didn't quite grasp everything that was going on. But it gave us a place to feel safe and to be together. And it's been talked about, the kindness, just the kindness, the magic. We left here knowing that if this was going to be one of the last things we could do as a family, our hearts were full. Our hearts were very full. and we felt so whole for this time that we got to spend here.
Welcome home. And it's a true magical experience because they mean that with all their heart here at Give Kids the World. Okay, I'm going to ask you to think back. Do you remember what your wish was?
I think my original wish was to go to India and Disney World. But I got to kind of do that with Animal Kingdom. I got to go. Is that what it was?
So let me ask you, what was the thing that stuck out the most to you when you arrived at the village? What's that memory, that core memory that you have of being here?
I think my core memory is, like they keep talking about, the kindness and the feeling home. I mean, when your home is a hospital, when you're a kid, to come here and have this be your home, that's a much better option. You prefer that, but I think the kindness has always stuck with me. You know, as an adult, I try to go out of my way to be kind and maybe open up conversations with strangers because, you know, you don't know what's going on in their life and they might just need a little bit of kindness. And as I was sitting back there tonight listening over and over again about the kindness, I'm thinking, that's probably where that feeling I have stems from, is the kindness and the love and the compassion that I was shown here. I want to give that back to other people, and that just kind of came to me when I was sitting back there, that maybe Give Kids the World is what has continued to spread kindness through me to other people.
Well, I'm not going to ask you the next question because you just answered. Because I wanted to know what impact it has now that you're an adult. What would you look back on? What was that impact that Give Kids the World had on you for your future? And maybe you could share with us your special little miracle.
So, yes, the kindness, but so one of the things that they told me when I was done with my treatment is that I wouldn't be able to have kids. But I have one sitting right back there, and she's sick. And she is the greatest thing in my entire life. And I think coming back here today as a mom, you know, we would come back when I was a kid and I'll see my mom, she's a little bit emotional, and I would always laugh at her. But now I'm about to cry because I think if I was in such a scary, hopeless situation with my daughter, to be giving an opportunity of having hope, I mean, you can't put a price on that, you can't put a word to that. I would be so grateful, so grateful. I know my mom is grateful and I'm grateful, but the opportunity to have that family and that home when your family and your home is sick. I mean, it's my baby, and to think that if my baby needed it, there's a place here where she could have that. I mean, that's just, there's nothing to define that.
And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
I'm gonna read a book later. I mean, anything to be a part of, like I said, the whole entire magical night of hope. And we got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, what'd you bring us?
A lot of Roosevelts. Got some cool stuff. Things in all different styles and patterns. Some hoodies. Very fancy. Yeah. Even some Christmas ones, too. I think we have the Mickey's Christmas Carol one. Yeah, oh yeah. This one's really cute. Nice little hoodie. And I think
Let's do another one, boys. Go to key of F. Give me a dashing through the snow. And one heart's open sleigh. All the hill will go, laughing all the way. Tell me, it can bear it. What fun it is to ride and sing really loud. Oh, can't hear ya. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. This is like my favorite song in the world. We need sound effects. Everybody's got to get in your pocket, get out your car keys and start shaking them up and down. If you don't have a car key, get a knife, fork, and spoon, start banging on your beer bottle. Or just take your beer bottle, start banging on the table. And you got to sing louder and clap your hands. Let's go! Dashing through the snow. Laughing all the what fun it is to ride really loud. Oh. Your monster history. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain's full space. Your garlic in your soul. Touch you with a 39.5 foot pole.
And I always talk about why, I read a book. When Corey and everyone asked if I wanted to be a part of a Magical Night of Hope, they were telling me all these things like, oh, Corey's gonna sing, Josh is gonna play some instruments, and I was like, I don't do any of that stuff, and they were like, why don't you just read a book? And I was like, yeah, I want to be, but then I was like, oh man, I'm really afraid of publicly reading. So it's become like a tradition, and it's amazing to see everything that we've accomplished. Right now, we've got a lot. How much in donations now?
We are currently at $36,000. That's a great number.
I have $4,000 to add to it, so now we're at $40,000. With Pin HQ, Go Pin Pro, and we wanted to bring the funds and put them towards a Magical Night of Hope. So we're doing great. And now, since I have no musical talent, I'm going to read a nice little story to you guys. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And it's going to be fun to see me mispronounce a bunch of words. I mean, it just happens. Every year, we always read a different book, and, Corey's the one who was like, well, how about Rudolph? And I was like, why didn't we think of that before? Like, there was, so many iconic ones. And this one's the perfect one. I like the little golden book. And I'm going to sign these, and we'll put them up on the auction. And then if you guys want to bid, you can get a nice little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So here we go. Little story time. I kind of like that. Christmastown, also known as the North Pole, is the wonderful place where Santa Claus lives with Mrs. Claus, all the elves and the flying reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh every Christmas Eve. Nowadays, Christmastown is a happy place. The elves make toys, the reindeer fly, but in the old days, everyone had to watch out for the abominable snowman. Abominable. Not abominable. He was a big and furry and hated anything having to do with Christmas. And he liked to eat reindeer. All that started to change when Santa's lead reindeer, Donner, became a papa. We'll call him Rudolph, said Donner, looking at his new son. Suddenly Donner and Miss Donner saw a bright light. He's got a shiny red nose, said Donner in surprise. I'd even say it glows. Santa came to see the new arrival, but then he saw Rudolph's nose. Let's hope this glowing stops. If Rudolph wants to make the sleigh team, Santa said, we can't have any shiny nose flying through the sky. Can't have any flying, shiny noses. So the Donner put a little cover on Rudolph's nose. Soon it was time for the new Franz to go to the reindeer games. There they would be inspected by Santa, who would choose the best reindeer for his team. At first, Rudolph felt shy, but soon he met a doe named Clarice. I think you're cute, she told Rudolph. I think that's cute. The coach arrived to teach the fawns when they needed to know to be on Santa's team. First, we'll learn to fly, he told them. You'll have to get up enough speed and jump into the wind. Rudolph was so excited about his friend that he took off with great whoosh. He soared high over the heads of the reindeer and Santa too. But all of the young reindeer continued to play. The cover popped off Rudolph's nose, and it glowed for all to see. At first, the other deer were frightened, but soon they began to laugh and call poor Rudolph names. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, they jeered. I didn't even know that word existed. And the coach said, go on home, couch. Go on home from now on. You can't join in any reindeer games. Only Clarice didn't laugh at Rudolph. That's very nice. Poor Rudolph wandered off alone. Soon he met an elf who was hiding in the woods. My name is Hermes, said the elf. I want to be a dentist, but right now, I'm just an elf who doesn't belong. That really is sad. And I'm not a red-nosed reindeer, sighed Rudolph. The pair decided to be friends and to run away together. They hadn't wandered far when they heard the terrible roaring of the abominable snow monster. It's my nose, said Rudolph. The monster sees it and it's coming after us. The pages are getting a little stuck. Rudolph and Hermie were saved by Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the north. Jump onto my sled, said Cornelius, and we'll run like crazy. But no matter how fast they went, the monster stayed close behind. Finally, they were trapped in water's edge. Cornelius chopped the ice with his axe, and the friends floated safely away. They floated all night and landed on a strange island where they were greeted by a puppet that sang from a box. I'm the official sentry of the island of misfit toys, said the puppet. My name is Charlie, and that's why I'm a misfit toy. No child wants to play with the Charlie in the box. We want to travel with Santa Claus and his magic sleigh, said the misfit doll. Otherwise, we'll miss all the fun with the boys and girls when Christmas Day arrives. The friends met an elephant with polka dot and choo-choo train with a square wheel and a water pistol that shot jelly. I read that fast. A bird that swam, a cowboy riding an ostrich. That's cool. A boat that couldn't float. We're misfits too, said Rudolph. Maybe we can stay here with you. But the king of the island would let them stay for only one night. This island is for toys alone, he said. A living creature cannot hide here, but you can help us when you return to Christmas Town. Tell Santa about these homeless toys. I'm sure he can find girls and boys who would be happy with them. A toy is never happy till it's loved by a child. That night, while Hermie and Cornelius slept, Rudolph lay awake. My nose will only bring my friends more danger, he thought. I must go off on my own. But as he wandered alone in the snow, Rudolph realized that he couldn't run away from his troubles. That's a hard one to hit. I feel that. Rudolph returned to the mainland and headed for Christmas Town. But first he had to pass the cave of abominable snow monsters. As he did, Rudolph heard voices crying, "Help! Help!" Rudolph rushed inside. There were Rudolph's parents and Clarice. They had been searching for Rudolph and had been caught on the monster who was about to devour Clarice. Put her down, Rudolph cried, bullying the surprised monster with his little antlers. Page turn. Here we go. Just then, Hermie and Cornelius pulled up, and outside the cave, they had followed Rudolph's trail and knew he needed help. An abdominal snowmancer will never pass. I'm going to remember that one. Will never pass up a pork dinner. A pork dinner, said Cornelius. Hermie, you sit outside the cave and oink like a pig. When the monster comes outside, watch out. Hermie approached the monster cave. Oink, oink, he called. The monster dropped Clarice and rushed outside. At that moment, Cornelius pushed a giant snowball down the hill on top of him and splat. That was rough. Working quickly, while the monster was stunned, Hermie used his dentist tools to remove the monster's teeth. Back in Christmas Town, Rudolph told how he and his friends had defeated the abdominal snow monster. Everyone realized the Misfits had their place too. Rudolph told Santa about the Misfits toy. As soon as the storm lets up, I'll find homes for them. Then the weather elf handed Santa his report. Santa gasped, the storm won't subside by tonight. I won't be able to see or fly my sleigh. Suddenly a flash of light caught Santa's eye. Rudolph, he said, what a beautiful, wonderful nose. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? I'd be honored to, said Rudolph, putting on his jingle bells. Okay, Rudolph, said Santa. First stop at the island of misfit toys, up, up, and away. And with Rudolph leading the way, Santa soon found loving homes for all the lonely toys. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, everyone sang, you'll go down in history. Thank you.
What a very special night. A Magical Night of Hope is more than a concert. It's all about coming together for a special cause and a special place that truly inspires hope. I've included some information about the Give Kids the World Village, where you can learn a little bit more about this organization and make a donation if you feel called to support their mission. This incredible village has helped over 200,000 families from all around the world since 1986. They have given these families the opportunity to laugh together, play together, and create priceless memories away from hospital visits and treatments. Thank you so much for spending this night with us and allowing us to shine the light on such an important cause. And if you enjoy watching my videos to the Disney parks, resorts, and all the magic in between, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell for future notifications. I would absolutely love it if you join me on my next adventure. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, make today a little lighter, a little brighter, and whistle while you work.